Oh, hi there. Welcome to Adventure in Art. My name is Ben Staley, your resident talking head. Perhaps you're new here. Perhaps you come here all the time. I don't know. On this channel, we talk about art. We talk about adventure. We have a focus on photography, mostly portrait photography because that's mostly what I do, but not strictly that. We do all kinds of photography, and we talk about filmmaking because that's what I mostly do to make a living. On this episode, I am going to share some work with you from a recent day in the studio. This is pretty cool. So I had not actually shot in a dedicated, legit photography studio in quite some time, and I was kind of itching to do that. I had a new camera, the Lumix S5IIX, which is recording this video right now. Otherwise I would show you. Well, I'd only had it a couple weeks and I hadn't really shot any portraits, and I just wanted to run it through its paces, test it out. Plus I just had some ideas in my head and I wanted to get into a studio and do some different things with lighting and do some things I hadn't done in quite a while. I had just been in Africa, in Alaska, out in the universe, you know, doing what I do. So I reached out to my buddy James, who runs Chandler Creative Space in Los Angeles. I've shot there a bunch for jobs, and James is a bro, and he said I could come in on a day when the studio was not booked. Now this is kind of amazing. This is a very generous opportunity, and it's something that I was not gonna waste. So I promptly reached out to some people I know, people I had shot before, and some people that I wanted to shoot, and I just said, come on down to the studio, let's make some art. You know, because I feel like the most important thing, one of the most important things in your life as an artist, whether you're a photographer or a filmmaker or a painter or a guitar player or an architect or whatever, is you need to get the reps in. You've got to stay fresh. You've got to have your muscles strong. Like athletes, train all the time. Professional musicians practice all the time. Race car drivers drive all the time. If you're a photographer, you need to be getting the reps in, whether it's work or not. And for me, the important thing is, if it's play, if it's collaboration, if it's experimentation, treat it like a job. So my friend Isaac agreed to come down and help collaborate and do some makeup on some of the ladies. And now this helps him too. This is like, he can try some new things out. He can build some work for his portfolio. He can make some new friends and some new contacts. And maybe, you know, he will work with some of these ladies again in the future. I'm definitely gonna hire Isaac the first chance I get. Yes, I took some pictures of Isaac as well. I had in mind to do 3 different setups. So let's kick this off. This is the first setup. I am using a hobo light, which is a powered light, and I've got just a softbox on it with a diffusion panel and a grid. And this is a single light. I'm in this big white cyc, so the light just kind of bounces around, and the grid helps me focus the light and just hone right in on the subject. The first model up is my friend Jenna West. She's been on the channel before. I will link her video below. Now Jenna's awesome. She's totally pro. She's rep by a big agency. She does big campaigns. I really love photographing Jenna. She's a drummer. She's a photographer as well. She shoots film. She's just a rad lady. I'm using the S5IIX here, and I'm using a Voigtlander 75mm 1.5. Do you like this blur treatment? That was an afterthought and something I did in Photoshop. If you like this, Are you interested in me doing a tutorial about how I pulled this off? I don't typically get heavy-handed with the Photoshop. I would rather get the lighting right and get everything right in the moment and not have to do a lot of editing later, but sometimes I'll do something like this, and this is just, I just looked at the images and they just spoke to me, and let me know what you think. Yeah, right under that light. Liana is a new model, but I think she's got a bright future, and we had connected on Instagram. She had expressed that she wanted to shoot. I am so frickin' stoked with the work that we did here. This is Katie Reese. She has also been on the channel before. Her previous video is linked below. Katie's an athlete and an actress and a model and an all-around badass. I just frickin' love photographing Katie. Here's a few more images from this setup. Yes, I do color. So I'm gonna put everybody's social handles at the end of this video, kind of in the credits. And if there's someone you wanna see more of their work, you wanna book them, you wanna know more about them, just check out the end of this video or down in the description and everything will be there. Here's the second setup. I don't have a lot of video for this one because it was really dark in the studio and I was kind of jammed up and I didn't take time, but this setup is just a Godox strobe with a big, like 6-foot umbrella and a diffusion panel. And I just point the light at the subject and it just bounces off the white cyc and I get these big, wide images. I'm using this guy, which is the Lumix 20-60 kit lens. Now, yes, I'm a lens snob, and kit lens is not something that I ever even say, let alone use. But this thing is pretty amazing. Like, this is a super sharp, very high quality lens, and I wanted to zoom for these shots because I could just, you know, zoom in, widen out, whatever. I could fill the space or stretch out as much as I wanted, which is not something I do. It's not something I'm super comfortable doing. But again, the point of this is to stretch and grow and try some things that I don't normally do. And honestly, just this little kit lens that came with my S5IIX, awesome lens. And here's Doc. Doc has definitely been on the channel before. His video is linked below. Doc is like muscular and big and like chiseled out of granite, but he's the nicest, sweetest dude. And he just brings it, man. I just would photograph this dude any day of the week. I like his vibe. I like his attitude. He's humble, he's kind, he's very talented, he's very driven. These are the kind of artists that I like to photograph, the kind of people. So Doc was one of the first people I called when I was gonna do this. This third setup is something I had been thinking about for a long time, using these Pavo tubes and just getting these real red tinted, moody type portraits. Here I am using the 50mm 1.8 S Prime, and I had just gotten this lens. This is the first time I'd used it, and I wasn't sure how it would handle portraits. And come to find out, I just really love the way this lens renders faces. Love, love, love these S Primes. I'm stoked with how these images came out. I made a little gallery on my website actually with just some of my favorites of these. You can check it out if you want, benstaley.com. It's just so important as artists that we stay limber, we stay fit, and we just stay busy. We keep growing, stretching, learning. We don't get complacent. And a lot of this is because, you know, you need to know that you're in good shape. It's like a football player needs to know that he's in good shape, and when he goes out there and bashes himself against other dudes, he knows that he can handle it. You need to know that if someone calls or you book a job, that you are good to go. Your skills are sharp. And that's what this is about. It doesn't matter if someone's paying you. It doesn't matter if it's a job or not. Go out and collaborate. Treat it like a job. You know, I kind of overbooked the day because I didn't, people are flaky. A lot of times if it's not a job, they won't show up, but almost everybody showed up. More people than I expected showed up, and I was just there for a while, just really jammed up and trying to get all these photos in and trying to not make people wait too long, and working really fast and kind of under more pressure than I wanted. At the end of the day, I was just freaking exhausted, but a super fun day. I'm super thankful for Chandler Creative Space for letting me in there. If you guys are in LA and you want to book a cool studio, I cannot recommend this place enough. Again, used it for many jobs, did the seal shoot there. They're on Pier Space, Chandler Creative Space. Awesome location. Don't wait for a job. Get out there and make some work. Call up some friends, hit up some people online. Treat it like a job. Have a deadline, turn that work around right away. Don't let it sit on your hard drive, and then rinse and repeat. Go out and do something else and just stay busy all the time. If there's something I didn't cover here, if you have any questions, leave me a comment and I will definitely get back to you. Thanks for watching, folks. We'll see you again soon.